हेलो स्टूडेंट्स। आज हम लोग पढ़ने वाले हैं क्लास 12 के सेमेस्टर 4 के सब्जेक्ट इंग्लिश बी में जो हमारे 2 चैप्टर्स हैं। एक है 3 क्वेश्चंस एंड जो पहला वाला था वो एलिस इन वंडरलैंड डाउन द रैबिट होल। तो इसके पिछले वाले वीडियो में मैंने इस चैप्टर को एक्सप्लेन किया था। अब इस वीडियो में मैं एलिस इन वंडरलैंड डाउन द रैबिट होल से रिलेटेड जितने क्वेश्चन आंसर हैं उसको हम लोग पढ़ने वाले हैं। पहले हम लोग शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर पढ़ते हैं एंड नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम लोग लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन आंसर पढ़ेंगे। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। पहला क्वेश्चन है, हु इज द ऑथर ऑफ द स्टोरी डाउन द रैबिट होल? फ्रॉम विच लिटरेरी वर्क इज दिस स्टोरी टेकन? The answer is, the author of the story Down the Rabbit Hole is Lewis Carroll. This story is taken from the novel Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. The second question is, who is the protagonist or main character of the story Down the Rabbit Hole? The answer is, the protagonist or main character of the story Down the Rabbit Hole is Alice, a curious and imaginative young girl. Question number 3, where was Alice sitting? Who was with her? The answer is, Alice was sitting on a river bank on a warm, lazy afternoon. She was accompanied by her elder sister, who was reading a book that Alice finds uninteresting. Question number 4. Why Alice does not like her sister's book? What does she think about the book? Alice does not like her sister's book because it has no pictures or conversations in it. She thinks such books are useless and not worth reading. To her, a book without pictures or conversations is dull and uninteresting. Question number 5. Why did Alice feel bored and sleepy when she was with her sister? Alice felt bored and sleepy because it was a hot, lazy afternoon and she had nothing to do. Her sister was reading a book without pictures or conversations, which Alice found uninteresting. Question number 6. What was Alice considering in her own mind sitting on the bank, or what was Alice thinking while sitting by the bank? And the answer is, sitting by the bank, Alice was thinking about whether making a daisy chain was worth the trouble of picking the daisies. Question number 7. What did Alice see when she was sitting on the river bank? The answer is, as she sat on the river bank, Alice saw a white rabbit wearing a waistcoat and carrying a pocket watch running by and muttering that he would be late. Question number 8. What was different about the rabbit that Alice saw, or what was unusual about the rabbit Alice saw? The answer is, the rabbit that Alice saw was different because it wore a waistcoat, carried a pocket watch, and could speak. These are the things that no ordinary rabbit would ever do.
Question number 9. Describe the white rabbit's actions and appearance in your own words. And the answer is, the white rabbit looked quite unusual. He had pink eyes and wore a smart little waistcoat. He acted like a person by talking to himself, checking the time on his pocket watch and hurrying as if he had an important appointment. Question number 10. What did the white rabbit wear? What did he have in his pocket? And the answer is, the white rabbit wore a waistcoat. He had a pocket watch in his waistcoat pocket, which he took out and looked at. Question number 11. What was the rabbit muttering to itself and where did it go afterwards? And the answer is, the rabbit was muttering to itself, oh dear, I shall be late. After saying this, it hurried across the field and suddenly popped down a large rabbit hole under the hedge. Question number 12. Who was saying, oh dear, I shall be late? And why was he saying it? And the answer is, it was the white rabbit who was saying, oh dear, I shall be late. He said this because he was in a great hurry and seemed very worried about being late for something important. Question number 13. What seemed natural to Alice, though she ought to have wondered at it? Or what seemed natural to Alice when she should have wondered about it? And the answer is, Alice heard the white rabbit talking to itself and saying, oh dear, I shall be late. At that moment, it seemed quite natural to her. Later, when she thought it over, she felt she ought to have wondered about it. Question number 14. Did Alice think the white rabbit out of the way? What did she feel later about it? And the answer is, Alice did not think it unnatural or out of the way to hear the white rabbit say to itself, oh dear, I shall be late. Later, when she thought it over, it occurred to her that she ought to have wondered at this, but at this time it all seemed quite normal to her. Question number 15. Why was Alice burning with curiosity? And the answer is, Alice was burning with curiosity because she had never seen a rabbit wearing a waistcoat, talking to itself, and carrying a pocket watch. She is intrigued by his human-like. Question number 16. Why does Carroll use the effect of making strange things seem normal? And the answer is, Carroll wants his readers to see the world through the eyes of a small child. To a child, everything is new and even the strangest things can seem ordinary. By presenting bizarre events as normal, he captures a child's natural openness and curiosity. Question number 17. Where did the rabbit disappear? And the answer is, the rabbit disappeared into a large rabbit hole under the hedge. Alice followed it and fell down the hole, which led her into Wonderland. Question number 18. How did Alice fall down the rabbit hole? And the answer is, Alice saw the white rabbit pop down a large hole. Instantly, she jumped into, without a moment's thought. The hole dropped so suddenly that she found herself falling into what felt like a very deep well. Question number 19. Why didn't Alice stop to think before jumping into the rabbit hole? And the answer is, Alice was so curious about the white rabbit that she followed it without thinking. She jumped into the rabbit hole without considering how she would ever get out again. Question number 20. Why Alice did not have a moment to think about stopping herself during her fall? And the answer is, the rabbit hole suddenly dipped down like a very deep well. It happened so quickly that Alice had no time to think about stopping herself. Question number 21. How is the rabbit hole described in the story? The answer is, in the story, the rabbit hole is described as a large hole under the hedge. At first, it runs straight like a tunnel, but then it suddenly goes down steeply like a deep well. Question number 22. How did the rabbit hole change after going straight like a tunnel? Then the answer is, after going straight like a tunnel for a short distance, the rabbit hole suddenly dipped down and Alice found herself falling into what seemed to be a very deep well. Question number 23. What does Alice feel or experience during her fall into the rabbit hole? And the answer is, Alice feels like she is falling for a long time, as if going down a deep well. She remains calm, curious, and keeps thinking about what might happen next. Question number 24. Why did Alice have plenty of time to think as she fell down the well? And the answer is, Alice had plenty of time to look around and wonder what was going to happen next. This was either because the well was very deep or because she was falling very slowly. Question number 25. What did Alice notice at the sides of the wall? And the answer is, as Alice fell through the rabbit hole, she noticed cupboards and bookshelves along the sides of the well. Here and there, she saw maps and pictures hung upon peaks. Question number 26. What was unusual about the sides of the well? And the answer is the sides of the well were unusual. They were filled with cupboards and bookshelves. Here and there were maps and pictures hung upon pegs. Question number 27. What was written on the jar that Alice picked up while falling down? What did she do with the jar? And the answer is Alice picked up a jar while she was falling down. The jar had orange marmalade written on it. She carefully put it back on a shelf because it was empty. Question number 28. How did Alice manage the jar that she picked up? And the answer is Alice picked up the jar while she was falling. It was empty and she did not want to drop it for fear of killing somebody underneath, so she somehow managed to put it back on a shelf as she passed it. Question number 29. Why did Alice think that dropping the jar might kill somebody? And the answer is Alice thought that there might be somebody underneath and dropping the jar might kill them. Question number 30. Down, down, down. Why are the words down, down, down repeated a number of times? Why do you think the author repeats these words again and again? And the answer is the words down, down, down are repeated to show how long Alice kept falling. The repetition gives the sense of time passing slowly and emphasizes the endless of the fall. Question number 31. Why did Alice wonder about latitude or longitude? And the answer is Alice wondered about latitude or longitude because she was falling for so long that she thought she might fall through the earth and come out on the other side. Question number 32. Why did Alice use words like latitude or longitude? And the answer is Alice wondered about latitude or longitude because she thought they were grand sounding words to say, even though she had no idea what they meant. Question number 33. Which word did Alice mix up while imagining people on the other side of the earth? Or what mistake did Alice make while imagining people on the other side of the earth? And the answer is Alice mistakenly said antipathize instead of antipods while imagining coming out on the other side of the earth. Question number 34. Why did Alice say the word antipathies? Why did she actually want to mean? And the answer is Alice used the word antipathies by mistake while trying to remember her lesson about New Zealand or Australia. She actually meant to say antipods, which means people living on the other side of the world. The word antipods is often used to refer to Australia and New Zealand from the northwestern hemisphere. Question number 35. Who was Dinah? What was Alice thinking about Dinah while she was falling? And the answer is Dinah was Alice's pet cat. While she was falling, Alice was thinking about her cat Dinah. She wondered if Dinah would miss her, and then she began to wonder in a dreamy way whether cats eat bats or bats eat cats. Question number 36. What does Alice's thoughts about Dinah indicate? And the answer is Alice's thoughts about Dinah mark the beginning of the story's playful exploration of language. When she wonders if cats eat bats or bats eat cats, it shows how the story starts to question the logic, meaning and meaninglessness of language. Question number 37. What did Alice see when she landed after the fall? And the answer is when Alice landed, she found herself in a hall with many locked doors. On a little three-legged glass table, she saw a small golden key. Then she saw a tiny door that led to a beautiful garden, but she was too big to go through it. Question number 38. What was the white rabbit saying as it turned the corner? And the answer is the white rabbit was saying, "Oh, my ears and whiskers, how late it's getting," as it turned the corner. Question number 39. Describe the hallway in your words. And the answer is Alice found herself in a long and low hall. There were many locked doors along the walls and lamps hanging from the ceiling. Only one small door opened into a beautiful garden, but it was too small for her to pass through. Question number 40. What did Alice find on the little three-legged glass table in the hall? And the answer is Alice found a small golden key on the little three-legged glass table. Later, she used that key to unlock the teeny door that led to a beautiful garden. Question number 41. Describe in your own words the garden that Alice saw. The answer is Alice saw the loveliest garden through the little door. It was full of bright flower beds and cool fountains. The garden looked calm, vibrant, and refreshing. Question number 42. Why could not Alice open any of the doors in the hall? And the answer is Alice could not open any of the doors in the hall because they were all locked and she could not find the key that fitted any of them. Question number 43. Why could Alice not go out of the hall? And the answer is Alice could not go out of the hall because all the doors were locked. One teeny door opened into a beautiful garden, but it was too small for her to pass through. Question number 44. Why could Alice not pass through the small passage after unlocking the door? And the answer is Alice could not pass through the small passage after unlocking the door because the door was too small for her. She was much too big to fit through it. Question number 45. What did Alice wish when she was the garden? When she saw the garden? And the answer is when Alice saw the garden, she wished she could become small enough to fit through the tiny door and enter the beautiful garden. She wanted very small to walk in it among the flowers and mountains. Question number 46. Oh, how I wish I could shut up like a telescope. Why did Alice wish she could shut up like a telescope? And the answer is Alice wished she could shut up like a telescope so that she could become small enough to fit through the little door and reach the lovely garden beyond it. Question number 47. What was written on the bottle that Alice found? Did she do what it said? And the answer is the bottle that Alice found had the words "Drink me" written on it. Yes, she did what it said, but only after making sure it was not marked poison and seemed safe to drink. Question number 48. What did Alice find on the table when she came back for the second time? And the answer is when Alice came back to the table for the second time, she found a small bottle with the label "Drink me" on it. The bottle had not been there before. Question number 49. Why did Alice decide to drink from the bottle? What happened when she drank from the bottle labeled "Drink me"? And the answer is Alice decided to drink from the bottle because it had a label that said "Drink me" and it was not marked poison. She first checked to make sure it was safe. When she drank from the bottle, she began to shrink and became very small. Question number 50. I must be shutting up like a telescope. What made Alice feel she was shutting up like a telescope? And the answer is after drinking from the bottle labeled "Drink me," Alice began to shrink rapidly. This strange sensation of becoming smaller and smaller made her feel as though she was folding up like a telescope. Question number 51. What was written on the small cake? Where was it found? And the answer is two words, "Eat me," were written on the small cake in currants. It was found in a small glass box under the table. Question number 52. Why did Alice want to eat the cake that she found? And the answer is Alice wanted to eat the cake because it had the words "Eat me" written on it, and she thought it might make her grow bigger, which would help her reach the key or get through the door. Question number 53. Why did Alice sit down and cry? And the answer is Alice sat down and cried because she felt helpless and frustrated. She had grown too big to get through the little door to the beautiful garden and didn't know what to do next. Question number 54. Why did Alice go back to the table after finding the small door? And the answer is after finding the small door, Alice went back to the table because she suddenly remembered the little glass table she had seen before. She thought the key to the door might be on it. Question number 55. Why did Alice tell herself to stop crying? And the answer is Alice told herself to stop crying because she felt ashamed of acting like a child after growing so big. She thought it was silly and scolded herself to stop at once. Question number 56 and the last question from the short question of this chapter. Why was Alice very fond of pretending to be two people? And the answer is Alice was fond of pretending to be two people because she had a curious mind. She liked talking to herself, giving advice, and even scolding herself as if she were someone else. So students, इस चैप्टर से जितने शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस थे वो यहीं तक थे. इसके नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम लोग डिस्क्रिप्टिव टाइप क्वेश्चंस सॉल्व करेंगे. तो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. थैंक यू.